Okay, imagine this. There's a major city, one you might know, but it's undergoing this almost silent transformation. Its skyline is just shooting up. And no, it's not New York, it's not Chicago either. We're talking about a place that's really quite dramatically reshaping itself, maybe faster than you'd think. Today, we're doing a deep dive into Toronto. Yeah, Toronto, which is kind of unexpectedly becoming North America's skyscraper capital. So our mission here is to dig into your sources, figure out why this huge vertical growth is happening, look at some of the, frankly, staggering buildings going up and what it all means. For the city, yes, but maybe for urban development, more broadly. So if we just start with the numbers, what immediately grabs you about Toronto's growth?
Well, what's really fascinating looking at the sources is just the scale of it. Toronto's currently ranked, 16th globally? With 103 buildings over 150 meters finished.
16th globally.
Yeah, and that puts it third in North America. And it's catching up to Chicago pretty fast for that #2 spot. But here's the really interesting bit, I think. Of Toronto's 107 buildings over 150 meters, only 11 of them were built before the year 2000.
11. Wow.
Yeah, just 11. So this isn't just steady growth. It's a massive, massive boom, mostly happening since, the mid-2000s.
That really highlights how recent this all is. It's not a long, slow build. So, okay, beyond just the raw numbers, what makes this such a compelling story? Is there something unique here that your sources point to, something more than just, a lot of tall buildings?
Oh, definitely. If you connect the dots, a big piece of this is population.
Yeah.
That has to be, right? Toronto's wider area, the CMA, actually crossed 7 million people just mid-last year, 2024.
7 million?
And it grew almost 4% in just 1 year. Well, it's faster than a lot of comparable cities in the U.S., even other Canadian cities.
Okay, so huge influx of people.
Exactly. And that directly fuels the demand. People need places to live, places to work. So high-density building, these skyscrapers, they're seen as a direct response, really, to handle that growth and this growing desire for downtown living.
That population pressure definitely makes sense as a backdrop. Now, you mentioned mind-boggling numbers before. What kind of structures are we actually talking about? Are the sources highlighting any specific, really super tall buildings that are changing the game?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, the term super tall definitely applies now. The first one that really stands out is One Bloor West. They're calling it The One.
The One, okay.
And this is said to be Toronto's first residential skyscraper to break that 300-meter mark. Its topic added 308.6 meters, 85 stories. It should be Canada's new tallest building, actually, as of mid.
Right, so a major mixed-use project. And Canada's tallest. For a little while, you hinted.
Exactly, just for a little while. Because almost right away, it's expected to be overtaken by Sky Tower. That's at a development called Pinnacle One Yonge.
Sky Tower.
Yeah, and this one is planned to reach, get this, 351.4 meters, over 106 stories.
Whoa. Okay, that's significantly taller.
Right. That's easily going to be the tallest in Canada when it's done, maybe around 2027. And The One, it's not just a standalone tower. It's part of this huge mixed-use thing right down by the lake.
So it's definitely a race upwards. But is it just about hitting new heights, or are we seeing, significant architecture too, different kinds of uses? Are there other projects maybe with big-name architects or ones that aren't just condos?
It's definitely more than just height, though height gets the headlines, of course. The architectural ambition is, it's really there. Take the Forma West Tower. That's a Frank Gehry design.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That one's going over 266 meters, 84 stories. That's going to make a real statement on the skyline. And it's not all residential either. There's TD Terrace, for instance. That's a 240-meter office tower, finished in 2024. Your sources flag it as one of Canada's tallest new office buildings. So commercial space is part of the mix, too.
Okay, Jerry, new major office space. This really does sound like an unparalleled level of development happening all at once. What do the sources tell us about the actual construction pipeline? How many projects are actually underway right now?
The pipeline numbers are pretty staggering. Sources suggest over 100 high-rises are currently under construction right now.
100?
100 actively being built.
Huh.
And then there are another 300 plus that are either proposed or already approved.
Good.
Yeah, so you see cranes everywhere, apparently. More cranes documented recently than any other city in North America. And what's really telling, maybe, is that globally, Toronto ranks 12th for skyscrapers under construction right now, with 21 projects. And that actually puts it ahead of New York, which your sources list at just 13 currently under construction.
Ahead of New York in active skyscraper construction. That's a data point.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really underlines the current focus.
Okay, so clearly this isn't just happening by accident. This scale of transformation, it must have some serious drivers behind it. What are the key things pushing this boom, according to the sources?
Well, there seem to be a few sort of core factors converging. First, Toronto's economy, it's strong. It's a global finance hub, a business center.
Right, the financial core.
Exactly. So there's real demand for new modern office space in these big mixed-use developments, like CIBC Square. That's a huge office complex, 49, 50 stories, holding like 15,000 workers. And it's plugged right into Union Station, integrating with transit.
Okay, so economic engine is number one. What else?
Second, there's definitely that architectural ambition we touched on. You've got world-class firms involved, Hurrier Pontorini, Foster Plus Partners, Gary Studio Gang. They're all building there, reshaping the skyline with pretty bold designs. It's not just about function.
A desire to make an architectural mark.
Seems like it, yeah. And third, and this feels really critical, is this focus on transit-oriented density. Major projects are deliberately being clustered around big transit hubs, Union Station, obviously, but also nodes like Yonge and Bloor.
So building up where the transit already is.
Precisely. Ensuring it all connects smoothly with subways, trains, the path system, Toronto's underground walkway network, and just making it walkable. It's quite deliberate urban planning, it seems.
Okay, so pulling these threads together, the population, the economy, the architecture, the transit focus, what are the bigger implications here? For Toronto itself, obviously, but maybe what lessons can other cities take from this deep dive?
Well, the implications are pretty profound, I'd say. First, just visually, Toronto's skyline now really does rival traditional North American heavyweights, numerically, too.
Oh, okay. It's playing in that league now.
Definitely. Then there's the real estate market. Obviously, huge demand for condos, for mixed-use spaces. But your sources do mention some potential concerns about maybe an oversupply brewing, particularly in the high-end, low-street condo segment.
Ah, okay. So a potential market imbalance question there.
Exactly. It raises that question. And then, of course, there's the infrastructure side. All this vertical growth puts pressure on everything else. Transit needs to keep up. Pedestrian spaces, parks, green space, all that needs to scale, too, to keep the city livable. That's a huge challenge.
Absolutely. You can't just build towers in isolation. And how is this sort of new status being recognized internationally? Did the sources point to anything specific that shows Toronto's stepped up on the global stage?
Yeah, there's a pretty clear indicator mentioned. Toronto is hosting the big conference for the Council on Tall Buildings and Urban Habitat, the CTBUH, in 2025.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, hosting that group really does cement its position. Yeah, it puts it firmly on the map alongside the world's other top vertical cities.
Okay, so this deep dive really paints a picture of a city in the midst of just unprecedented vertical change. It's reshaping itself at an incredible pace, maybe even redefining what a major North American city looks like, which naturally leaves us with some big questions for you, the listener, to think about. Given this scale of growth, this ambition Toronto clearly has to rival, maybe even surpass, cities like Chicago in height and density, what are the real long-term challenges here and the opportunities for urban life? Think specifically about, the pressure on infrastructure, transit, walkways, green space. Can it keep up? And as the sources hinted, could this boom in luxury condos eventually lead to market issues? Is that sustainable? Ultimately, what does Toronto's story, this deep dive, maybe suggest about the future path for other modern megacities around the globe?